What's going on, guys? Dylan Conrad, Coach Con Diesel. Today I'm gonna talk to you guys about 5 new fat loss protocols you've probably never heard of. Before I get into that, follow me on Instagram at Coach_Con Diesel. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, turn notifications on. It all helps the algorithm. Lastly, 12-week, we finished the beta test signups, but we do have a 12-week program, men and women that want to lose 25 pounds. Accountability, nutrition, training. If you're interested, then I'm gonna put a link below. Click it, sign up, put enrollment form, and expect a call from me. So without further ado, I wanna get into the 5 fat loss protocols. And we all know that the best fat loss protocol is the one that you can adhere to best. So number 5, the last one I'm gonna give you, wait for that one, because that is going to increase your discipline and adherence to your diet model 100%. It's freaking awesome. So Number one is the fasting mimicking diet. Now, I covered this a little bit a while ago, but the fasting mimicking diet is basically the HCG diet protocol with a little twist. So the HCG protocol is obviously injections of HCG with 500 calories to 700 calories per day. Now, what the fasting mimicking does is basically it's the same thing, 500 calories per day, but for 5 days. On the last 2 days, you eat at maintenance calories. So for me, my maintenance calories are around 2,800 calories. So on those last 2 days, I would eat 2,800 calories. The reason I love this and it's so good for fat loss is because the HCG diet, eating hypocaloric for so long, your metabolism's up here, eventually your body starts adapting by pushing your metabolism lower, which is why people hit plateaus, and after they're done, they gain all this weight back because their metabolism's here, they eat normal, and then that's a surplus of calories. Now, what the fasting mimicking diet does is basically you're eating hypocaloric, your metabolism starts slowing down, but then you have a refeed, brings it back up. So it keeps this whole position, this whole caloric deficit that you can take the fat from and use that as energy, and then you have the metabolism with the last 2 days of that refeed, which work really well with keeping that metabolism nice and high. Number 2, icing your balls. This is for dudes only, obviously. I talked a couple weeks ago about putting icing your testicles 3 times a day for 20 minutes. Vigorous Steve covered this in excess. I'm gonna put the link down there if you wanna watch that video. But basically, icing your testicles 3 times a day for 20 minutes has been shown to increase your testosterone overall and your free testosterone. And we know that when we have higher testosterone for men, we're also gonna have a higher metabolism and a higher ability to burn body fat. Make sure you are not directly applying ice to the testicles. You do want to wrap them in a towel beforehand. That will stop you from getting frostbite on your testicles. Number 3, GLP-1 agonist. GLP-1 is the receptor that's responsible for secreting ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, which makes you hungry. It increases your stomach motility, so food will go through there faster. Last thing it does is decrease your satiety, so it decreases the amount of satisfaction you have after a meal. GLP-1 agonist does the exact opposite. It makes you more satisfied after your meals. It makes your stomach motility slow down so you digest and you stay fuller longer, and you are not hungry. Now, you do need to do this under a doctor's prescription. The most popular ones are liraglutide and semaglutide. Liraglutide you do have to administer daily. Semaglutide you do have to administer weekly. Whichever one you do, these were diabetes drugs that they did tests in weight loss clients, and it was the most statistically significant study they've done on any weight loss drug. So it's really cool. I'm deploying my own protocol right now with the liraglutide, and I will let you know in 30 days to 60 days how that is going. The reason it works so well is because we know the main reason that we fall off our diet is being hungry, right? If you want to lose body fat, you need to be in a caloric deficit. If you're in a caloric deficit, you're going to be hungry. This appetite suppression, keeping you fuller longer and keeping you satisfied, is going to help you stick to your diet 100%, which is freaking awesome. So liraglutide, semaglutide, do your own research, talk to your doctor about it. It is expensive, but there are ways around it that you can get it cheaper. Number 4, seco plus keto. Calories in, calories out, going into a caloric deficit, plus the ketogenic diet. So you get a bang bang for this one because seco, you're obviously getting a caloric deficit, which is forcing your body to look for fat as energy instead of food, right? Because you don't have enough food. Ketogenic diet utilizes insulin sensitivity. So when you are insulin resistant, you have a harder time processing carbohydrates, you store them as fat instead of energy. Being insulin sensitive does the exact opposite. It also helps you burn body fat and build muscle a lot quicker. So seco combined with keto are gonna give you a 1-2 punch. Now make sure if you are deploying this diet protocol, you do find out what your caloric deficit is. Find the smallest deficit that will get you the most maximal fat loss and put that with 15 to 30 grams of carbohydrates per day. Now this will give you the bang bang, it'll give you some fast fat loss, and it will make you more insulin sensitive, which will help you build muscle and lose body fat a lot quicker. Okay, the last one. Now I was talking earlier about the best diet being the one that you can adhere 100% day in, day out, right? And the main reason that we fall off our diet is because there's no consequences, right? If we think about things in our life that have consequences, we typically don't do them. Speeding, jaywalking, infidelity, you don't do these because they have consequences to them, right? And so when we have consequences to something, right, when we put a consequence on deviating from our diet model, it's going to help us adhere to that because it drills a hole in between the urge and the actual onset of the action. So if we have that wedge in there, it's gonna allow us to delay and distract that initial urge. Think about it, say, oh my God, if I do this, I have to do X, Y, and Z, which I don't wanna do, so I'm just gonna adhere to my diet model. The consequence has to be something that really stings. So for me, the most important things are money and caffeine. So for money, I know that if I'm losing money because I have this consequence and I deviate from my adherence to my diet, if I lose money on that, I'm not gonna do it because I hate losing money. So I set up something called the B-Minder. B-Minder is freaking awesome. And the reason is because you go in and you set a goal, whatever it is, I wanna hit X amount of calories, I wanna hit X amount of carbs, whatever it is, and you check it off every single day you get it done. Now, if you don't get it done one day, you can't check it off. And what it does is triggers for you to pay this app. It's not going to some charity, it's not going to somewhere special, it's going to this company. And so losing that money, not donating to charity, not giving to someone, just physically losing this money will motivate you to stay on the adherence and will put that wedge in between that urge and the actual onset of your action with getting off your diet. So B-Minder, B-E-E like buzz, Minder like reminder.com. You can set up anything. It links with a bunch of apps. I'm not affiliated with it, but it links with the Apple Health, it links with Garmin, it links with Fitbit, it links with a lot of things so you can automatically have these things trigger. The cool thing about it is the first offense, it's $5 or $10, then it goes up in multiples. Fast enough, 4 or 5 offenses, you're up to like $250 per offense. That is a lot of money, okay? I had a hard time doing this and adapting to it because I was like, I don't want to lose money. My big aha moment was like, oh crap, well just don't do that action. That's going to make me lose money. And I was like, okay, crap. B-Minder, it's freaking awesome. Set it up, it's free. You can do a paid version too. The free one's totally fine and it will get you to where you want to get to. So that's it. That's the top 5 fat loss protocols that you probably never heard of. I'm Dylan Conrad, Coach Con Diesel, signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.